I didn't even turn it up. Without the glasses. I can see very fine. Good morning, guys. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yarmitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I hope you guys are ready to get this morning started as Rosemont yawns. Good morning, everyone. Rosie, you want to say good morning? Miss Margaret would love to see that she has on your shirt today, Miss Margaret. Let's show Miss Margaret your shirt.
Oh, yeah, I have one. Hashtag change.
She's hashtag changing the world in high school today. And all the hair, you want to say good morning, Melody? I was at my third Christmas party this weekend. Melody, I forgot to tell you, you were the sole discussion for like a whole 2 minutes at my table. Because I was like, oh, I got to go pick up Rosie from a friend's house. And like, Lynn,
he's like, yeah.
Yeah, Lynn was like, the girl with the orange hair? I said, yeah. And she said, and then so Lynn proceeded to tell everybody at the table how much hair she had. I was like, Lynn, you've never met the girl. She was like, yeah, but I've seen all of her hair. Yeah. So you were the topic at my... You are a star. Miss Margaret says she loves your hair. Okay, let me see. We're going to try to get Lynn. She said she loved that hair, girl. She said thank you.
I'm more parting ways.
You're leaving me?
Yeah.
Be peaceful. Can you scratch my shoulder, though? Oh, yeah. Good. We're going to try to get Lynn on today. She's still been having Facebook issues. Don't slam the door because I have these set. Melody, be peaceful. Have a great day at school. Was the door locked? My bad. There you go.
Sorry for that interruption.
That's okay. You slammed the door and moved my entire phone.
Okay, but you also kept the door locked.
I didn't know that. My bad. Good morning, everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend. I lost my sticky note. Hold on. I hope you had a great weekend. As I was saying, I had 3. Love you. Scarf on. I'm 3 Christmas parties in. I had one on Friday, one on Saturday, and I had one last night. And let me tell you, I think I'm about Christmas partied out. So, that I am. But it was great. I hope you guys are ready for the holiday season. I know I am. I'm waiting to see if my fearless co-host is going to be able to join us. I know she was having trouble earlier getting on Facebook. So we're going to see. While we're waiting, I have some quotes that y'all know I'm a quote queen. So I have 2 quotes for you that are just great. Miss Margaret, I did get your message and today works perfect for me. I will actually send you my number before I drive off from here. So here's the quote for today. Let me turn on the light. Your assignment is not your decision. It is your discovery. When your heart decides a destination, your mind will design a map to reach it. And that's Mike Murdock. Isn't that an amazing quote? I absolutely love that. And the second one is, quite often we reach that intersection where our gifts, talents, and abilities meet to change the world in ways we never expected. And that's A.R. Bernard. I love both of those. That last one, Miss Margaret, reminded me of you. Quite often, we reach that intersection where our gifts, talents, and abilities meet to change the world in ways we never expected. And that's A.R. Bernard. Me and Miss Margaret both are on a mission to hashtag change the world in our own separate ways. I've never heard of this Mike Murdock, so I'm going to have to look him up. So I just really like that quote. Your assignment is not your decision. It is your destiny. It is your discovery. When your heart decides a destination, your mind will design a map to reach it. So that is amazing. Yes, we will. Hashtag change the world. I love both of those quotes. And one of them may earn a spot on the wall of quotes in my home. So All right. So today, guys, I was trying to wait to see if Lynn was going to be able to get on. So today, guys, last week we talked a lot about mental health. So I think this week want to talk about strength and how we define what our strength is. So follow your strength. And here's the formula that I came across. Hey, good morning, Courage. How are you? It says talent times investment equals strength. Your talent, in case you were wondering what your talent is, and I had to write this down so I wouldn't forget it, it's the natural way you think, feel, and behave about one thing. So that's your natural talent. It's the natural way that you think, behave, or feel about the thing that you set out to do. A lot of us say, and I lost my sticky just that fast. Hold on. A lot of us say that we are naturally gifted or talented at things, and we have no idea why. And so that's your definition. It's a natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. And then the second part to that is, have you invested in that? Have you invested in your strength? So strength is talent, which is the natural way of thinking and feeling, times an investment. That is your strength. So what are you naturally gifted at, and have you invested in it? Have you taken the time to do the things that you need to do to invest in it? Have you taken the time to think about what your strengths are and to focus on them and to actually do something with them instead of, because I think a lot of times we let them go to waste. And when we have confessions and conversations, I'm 100% talking about myself, and I don't mind using myself as an example of everything that I talk about, just because I've been there in some shape, form, or fashion, so I understand. So follow your strength is talent times investment equals your strength. Your talent is your natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. What is your natural talent? What is your strength? And are you investing in that? I know for me, and here's the thing we got to be careful about, is that when we are looking at it, when we trying to decide our natural talent, or we're looking at what is our gift and our purpose, I don't want you to get it confused with something that you're good at and people just assume that you like to do it. And because people have told you you're good at it for so long, you just assume that is your strength and that is your talent. For example, I had my first typewriter at 6, my first computer at 9. I've always been good with IT. I've always been good with computers, with words. I've always been good, and all of my jobs at some point in fashion have been leadership roles or administrative roles. And a lot of times people assume that I enjoy the administrative part of my job, meaning the paperwork and the phones, and I'm just good at that. I don't necessarily enjoy it. I enjoy the part where I get to talk to people. Yes. Where I get to interact with them and help them think different thoughts. Absolutely. But I'm not interested in drafting of the letters and doing the paperwork. I'm not. I'm great at it. Please understand, I've made great money doing that. I have been amazing at that. And it is what comes easy for me because I don't even have to think about it. But people have told me so long that you're good at it that I assumed for a long time that's what I was supposed to do. And this is how I figured out this is not what I wanted to do. So I have Waddell Consulting Services. There's Be Fearless, which is a nonprofit. And then I have Bare Your Hair, which is a hair care line. So I have 3 businesses, but Waddell Consulting Services was the first. And so Waddell Consulting Services was to help individuals decide, number 1, if they wanted to go into business. Number 2, if they did, help them along that process, because a lot of people say, hey, I want to own a nonprofit. I want to go into business. And when we get down to doing the work, they all change their mind. They don't want to do the work. And so this one person hired me to do just that, to help them decide if they wanted a business. They was like, yes, now that you walked me through this step, I absolutely. And they hired me to set up their business and to help get them started. And it was at that point in the tedious work that I realized I absolutely hated doing the administrative part of things. I am the big thinker. I am the encourager. I am the leader. I may not necessarily be the doer of the finer print of things. And it was a hard decision to come to that for myself, that yes, I may be good at it, but it was not who I wanted to be. It's not what I wanted to do. When I tell you guys, it ate my soul alive to try to do that work. Like, I would have rather ate nails, pull my toenails off, walk on fire. I mean, anything other than do the work that I was paid to do, simply because it wasn't who I was meant to be. It wasn't who I was. Just because, and we have to be careful at that. Just because, Lynn, I just hit the add button. Let me know if you can come on. Just because you're good at something, does that really mean that that's your calling? Does it make your soul happy? When I tell you, my family is so sick of hearing that word. If it's not making our soul happy, we absolutely cannot do it. And I'm telling it to Rosie and to Courtney, and they was like, Mommy, really? Yes, really. If it's not making your soul happy, why are you wasting your valuable energy, your mental capacity, your mental health, focusing on something there? And if Minister Valerie was on, there is a scripture in the Bible, and it says, why do you work for those things that doesn't bring joy to your soul? Why do you work for those things that satisfy you not? That's what it says. Why do you work after those things that satisfy you not? Why are you working on things that don't feed your soul, that don't make you happy? Absolutely, yes, we have to make a living. Absolutely, yes, we have things we have to do. But what is the one thing that you're going to do to make your soul happy? And I think it ties the quotes back together. Your assignment is not your decision. It is your discovery. When your heart decides a destination, your mind will design a map to receive it. And then quite often, we reach that intersection where our gifts, talents, and abilities meet to change the world in ways we never expected. How are you going to change the world with your gifts, your talents, and your abilities if they are focused on something that satisfies not your soul? How can you be great and be the greatest that you were called to be if all your mental and emotional capacity is spent fighting the thing that, and here's how you know you're fighting it. You're fighting it when you hate to get up and go do that thing in the morning, or you hate to get up and go do that thing at night. And I am a firm believer that we have got to live our lives. We got families to take care of, and sometimes I know we got to do, boom, we got to work a job, but something in us has got to be speaking to our soul of what makes our soul happy. I keep sending it, Lynn. That's why y'all keep sending my little fingers. So I hit approve, and it says Lynn will receive an invite for the thing. Let me see. All right, Lynn, all I see is I see Lynn's forehead, her face right here in the middle of my forehead. See if she can get in. And while she's trying to do that, Lynn Dimmons is America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, she said it, America's #1. So if you're interested in investing, because she does the Live Past Crazy in Your Finances segment. If you're interested in how to live past crazy in your finances for your investing, go to bit.ly/talk to Lynn. That's LYNN capital L. And Dimmons Enterprises, her website, so that you can check her out. And we may be on Lynn's page tomorrow because for some reason she cannot come onto mine. I don't know what's going on. So we have sent out Facebook help and have not heard back from that. So today, guys, follow your strength. So here's the formula again. Here's the formula. Talent times investment equals strength. And if you have any question about what talent is the natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. Good morning, Trenda. How are you? Talent is a natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. And then so you're going to take your talent and have you multiplied it by investment. Have you invested in what is natural to you? And you got to be careful, because some things that are natural to you, that you do because they're easy and because somebody told you you're good at, but are they what makes your soul happy? And that's what I had to find out the hard way, that I'm very easily can do administrative work. Like, I've been an executive assistant to presidents of hospitals, to presidents of all kinds of organizations. Doesn't mean that makes my soul happy. It didn't. And I had to come to that hard realization, because I was chasing the money because it came easy to me, and it wasn't hard work for me. So there's a very fine line. Does it come easy to you? But is it what makes your soul happy? Or do you do it and it's just some part of you that's like, JoJo, like, for real, we don't like this. And that's what it came down to it for me. And then when I understood that, then I was able to say, I don't want to do this anymore. And I changed my career path to do something totally different, because it wasn't who I was. I realized doing that was defeating the purpose of who I wanted to be. It was just totally beating that down. So talent, times investment equals strength. Have you invested in your strength? Have you thought about that? What is your strength? What is your talent? Have you really thought about it? Or does everybody say that you're good at that and you just assume that's what you're supposed to do because everybody told you that's what you're supposed to do? And as adults, we may live that life. We just do it because everybody told us to. Yes, we have to learn it. And let me tell you, that's why Waddell Consulting Services had to rewrite itself, because when I tell y'all, there were many times that I cried because I did not want to do the work they paid me to do. Like, I got the money, loved the money, but I cried, y'all. And I'm not joking. Like, had baby fits, cried. Like, why I got it, to the point where I said, you know what? This is how. And somebody please find it. Trenda's on here. Trenda, find that Bible verse. It says, why do you work for the things that satisfy not your soul? When I got that, I called the person up and said, and I didn't say it this way, but I basically said, I hate what I'm doing so much. I'm willing to pay you back. I'm going to give you back every dime you gave me, because that's how much I don't want to do this work. That's how much it's against who I am. Right. And I had to come to that realization that all money ain't good money. And even though I needed the money and it came at a great time, it hurt me to my soul to do the work of what I was paid to do. So much so I gave them the money back. Now and here's true confession and conversation. I had spent the money. They had paid me. And I was like, okay, let me go. You know how sometimes you're like, go ahead, JoJo, just get the work done, and you force yourself to go through it. I could not even do that. I couldn't force myself. Right. I quit. I was like, I quit. I can't do this. No, like I cried, and then I had to put my big girl panties on and make that phone call. I was like, listen, I know you pay me to do this, but I cannot. I tried to can, but I cannot. And I had already spent the money they paid me. Guess what JoJo did? I sacrificed and I paid them back. I was like, here's your money. Please allow me to recommend somebody else for your service, because I cannot do it. And when you get to that point where you take your talent and you multiply it by your investment and you figure out your strength, then you'll understand how easy it is to walk away from that thing that doesn't work. It doesn't work. Selling your soul, absolutely. And that's exactly what I was doing. And that goes back to my quote. Your assignment is not your decision. It is your discovery. And I discovered that. And when your heart decides a destination, your mind will design a map to reach it. Isn't that amazing? So when your heart decides a destination, your mind is going to figure out a way to make that happen. And let me tell you, I figured out a way so fast to pay that person back their money, I didn't even miss the money. But you got to realize that sometimes, and so you got to be honest with yourself. You cannot be on this foolish journey and not be honest with yourself. You got to be honest. Is this what I'm good at and I love, or is this what I'm good at and everybody has told me for so long I'm good at it, and it does come kind of easy and the money is easy and I really don't mind doing it, but it ain't making your soul happy, girl. Man, that's a hurting feeling. When I tell y'all that's a hurting feeling, please, like, I couldn't go to sleep at night hurting feeling, trying to figure out a way how I was going to force myself to do the work that they paid me for. And then when I finally got that I couldn't do that, I nicely sacrificed that. And when I tell you I felt better after that phone call, I felt even better after I paid them back. Let me tell you. Right. Oh, hey, Miss Margaret. Let me tell you, I've been shifting and turning and carrying on. So I'm excited about the doors that are opening for me. And I cannot wait, because y'all know I'm looking for purpose partners. I'm looking for new friends. I am on this thing. And the one thing that I promised myself that I was going to do this year is do something that makes my soul happy. And that will be to open up the bookstore. So I will be doing that this year. So, y'all be on the lookout for it. Follow your strength. It's talent times investment equals strength. Your talent is a natural way of thinking, feeling, or behaving. And have you invested in that? And have you invested in it to the tune of that you are excited about it? Not invested in it because you think that's what people want you to do. Yes. Girl, isn't it freeing? Like your shoulder just lightened up right there. Your shoulder just got free. Right? That's why I carry my stress in my shoulders. And when you can, let me tell you, sleep better, you sleep easier. And then the next go round, when the opportunity presents itself, then you're able to recognize if it's a true opportunity to what you're good at, or is it a true opportunity to your true talents, gifts, and abilities to #change the world? Because that's a fine line, and there's a difference. Talent times investment equals your strength. Thank you, Lynn. Because your talent is your natural way of thinking, feeling, and behaving. Period. And that quote, quite often we reach that intersection where our gifts, talents, and abilities meet to change the world in ways we never expected. That's A.R. Bernard. And I think that deserves a spot on the wall too. You're at the intersection where everything that you're doing is meeting. And you're going to change the world. I promise you that you are. Miss Margaret promises her movement is #change the world. We both are on the same wavelength that it just takes that one person to change the world. And you, my friend, are it. We are waiting on you to do that one thing. So think about that. Your talent times your investment equals your strength. That's how you're going to figure out your strength for today. On this Motivation Monday, Marvelous Monday, whatever Monday you want to call it. Take that formula and work it out today. And then think about, let's look at your job that you do every day. Does it make, well, let me, and I recently changed careers. So I was at this job for 5 years. Absolutely loved. I love the HR part of it. I love the operations part of it. I love talking to the people. But when it came to the administrative part of it, and I wanted to scream, and I had every excuse under the sun why I could not change careers, why I could not move, because, I like the flexibility of coming and going. I like my hours. I had every excuse why I could not change, until one day it just got to be so overwhelming when I sat down to do the administrative part of my work. I was right back in that spot of wanting to kick and scream and yell, like, I don't want to do this. And they looking at me like, why are you not doing this? And I would put it off and keep putting it off because I did not want to do it. And I would procrastinate to the 19th power of doing it. And when I came to that realization, it was December 2016. Make it happen Monday. When I came to that decision, December 2016, I called a recruiter. Now, y'all know I hooked my own resume up. I did whatever I had to do, but I called a recruiter because let me tell you how focused I was. I was not even going to allow myself to be a barrier to where I wanted to be, because sometimes we can make ourselves our own excuses why we can't go where we need to go. So I took myself out of the equation. I called a recruiter. I said, ma'am, this is where I am. It might have been like the second week of December. I said by January 1, I need to be somewhere different. January the 9th, JoJo was at a new job, 2017. chilling in a total, I went way left field, but guess what? It makes my soul happy. I love it. There's still there's small pieces of the administrative work I hate, but it's so minimal that it's not overwhelming and I don't mind it. But when I got to that point that I realized it wasn't who I was, I took myself out of the equation. I no longer allowed myself to be a hindrance or the reason why I'm not achieving that goal. I called in the reinforcement. I said, please make that happen. I showed up when they told me to. I did my interview and I got the job to do something different. And sometimes we allow ourselves to be our own hindrance, our own stopping block, or why we're not where we need to be and why we're not doing what we need to do. It is simply because we assume because we've been doing it for so long, that's what we're good at. And it may not be making your soul happy. And then, at the end of the day, that's what it is. You just say, you know what, I'll ride it out. The money's good. The time is flexible. I can do this. When you apply this formula, talent times investment equals your strength. Are you doing that in your relationships, in your church, with your relationship with Jesus, however you define him? Are you doing that with your children? Look at that in all aspects of your life and think about that. I promise it would #change the world. I'm just saying. All right, guys, that is it for the Fearless Morning Show. I do want to read these quotes one more time. Your assignment is not your decision. It is your discovery. When your heart decides a destination, your mind will design a map to reach it. And that's Mike Murdock. The second quote is, quite often we reach that intersection where our gifts, talents, and abilities meet to change the world in ways we never, ever expected. And that's A.R. Bernard. Please go change the world, guys. Follow your strength. It's talent times investment equals strength. Are you happy with what you're doing? Does it satisfy your soul? Like, for real. Are you excited about it? And if it's not, then think about why not. And then what are you going to do about it? This whole process is really a thought process, and it is an evaluation process. I hope that I'm giving you guys something to think about, that you're evaluating your friendships, your relationship with yourself, your religious relationship, and any other kind of ship you have. To evaluate it. Is it where you want to be? Is it doing what you want it to do? Are you doing what you want to do? Think about that. On this Make It Happen Monday, Marvelous Monday, Motivational Monday, I hope this has helped somebody. Your talent times investment equals your strength. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining the Fearless Morning Show. Lynn, please put your links up. Lynn, who is America's #1 rebound coach. Yes, she said it, America's #1. Her link is bit.ly/talk to Lynn, capital LYNN. 2 N's in that, if you're ready to have that conversation about how to live past crazy in your finances. And then Demons Enterprise, no demons over here. Demons Enterprise is her website, so you can check her out. And she does have freebies on there that can help you get ready for this new year, y'all. Get that budget toolkit. And let me tell you how good it is. You ain't got to worry about no formulas. You ain't got to worry about nothing. You just input your information and it calculates it for you. So make sure you absolutely check that out. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful Monday. Please make sure you share the video. We greatly appreciate you. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, we do have a YouTube channel. So go over there and watch all the YouTube channel videos. They are by topic and by title, so that you can watch them over there and share them with your friends and family who need to live past crazy. If you know anybody who needs to live past crazy, send them on over here. Are you aligned with yourself? And it is an evaluation process to get you there. Yes, Miss Margaret. Are you aligned with yourself and your purpose? And when you go through the evaluation process and you start lining things up one by one, the process becomes so much easier. You become freer. You become lighter. you have less stress. And then when opportunities come, you'll recognize them as true opportunities or as something that you may be good at that you could kind of go ahead and do and get out of the way. But are you true? Is it true to who you are and your purpose? Talent times investment equals your strength. So make sure you use that formula, guys, and let me know what you think about it. Again, it's all an evaluation process. I hope you have a great Monday, and I will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning at 7:15. Be on the lookout for Lynn's video, because Lynn's page, because we may try to go live on Lynn's page tomorrow, because Facebook does not want either one of us to be great today, this past week, because I still see Lynn's forehead in my eye, and her face and my forehead. She's just twirling up there. So please make sure we may be on Lynn's page tomorrow. So make sure we'll let you guys know before too late. I hope you have a great Monday. Be safe, and I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.